Welcome everybody to East Elvins 310 podcast. Got your boy Travioli and you got Show Me Green stuck in on this horrible ice stormy day. Found a new program. Couldn't leave the show down. Had to check it out and see how this worked. How you doing, Show Me Green?
Great, man. How about you?
So we're trying something different. We're not in person this time.
Nope. Going
This is
from our
kind of
own
like
remote locations.
different locations. He's in Farmington. I'm out here on the DC highway, flossing still. Even though we're cutting ice from power lines, like the scanner's going nuts back here, dude. The scanner just keeps going. Power lines into trees. There's a fire. What people don't know is power lines by themselves usually won't cause a fire, but once both of them touch something, it's going to look to get grounded. So it's going to spark. So it becomes super dangerous, man.
Yeah.
I'll be picking sticks up for fucking days out here. Now I know why my dad had kids. You know what I mean? That we were the ones that had to pick that shit up. I'd cut all these damn trees down.
Yep.
So, podcast today. Show Me Green's in his fabulous green cultivation shop today. I'm in the studio. We got power. We're very fortunate. We still got a lot to make it through, though, just to let everybody know. This is January 5th, 2025. Starting the year off with some ice, some dangerous. The trees are snapping. It's scary when they start touching your house and shit, you know?
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it's the weed that makes me that paranoid or not, but it's something.
Well, it
So
makes me paranoid because if power goes out, that means my girls are suffering.
that's the story that everybody and me too, because I'm growing autos, so mine's almost done flowering.
Yeah.
You know that they're starting to get milky. Just to let you know, I did pull the loop out, took a look at them. They are getting, they're gal curled over and they are getting milky.
Nice.
Still that straw what was it, orange sherbet?
Mhm.
That was a weird one, man. I mean, the buds it smells so gassy though, man. Like the terps are crazy on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you a fan of Sherb?
I'm a fan of rainbow sherbet. I
Mhm.
like rainbow sherbet. That's really the only sherbet I had before I found this orange. And the reason why I grabbed it is because I like that zesty orange citrus, flavor. It's something new. It
Mhm.
ain't something that I had back in the past.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I just got a message from Jim, asking if you can resend the link so he can join in.
Yeah, I'll send that to him. So what are you smoking on?
I'm smoke. No, the label's gonna be backwards, but I got this beautiful jar of Gasper right here. Yeah, very
Okay, okay.
nice, frosty, beautiful stuff. This is my favorite flower right now that I got.
That's one of my favorites too. Super smooth, the heavy stone. I'll be honest, man. I just finished out Jokers, and I've been that big bud that was in that one that you gave me. I've been pinching off the smaller nodes for each joint that I'm wanting to smoke. So I'm putting a little bit of Jokers with everything. And right now, I had a little bit of green crack left, like very tiny amounts. So the mixture of green crack and Jokers for me
Yeah,
is super solid. That's what that blunt was whenever we were trying to get this
that was
show
good.
started.
Yeah. No, I really like Jokers. I love the grape that came through on that.
Like, and you could see it. You could look at it and pine. It had like that pine. It was very unique terp. It had to be a terp that I don't really know about too much
Hmm.
because I want to say almost piney, but I mean it was, but like it was something more than that. Grape, like I don't even know what that'd be.
It was
Myrcene
almost
maybe.
it was almost like a fermented grape. Like it wasn't artificial grape. It wasn't like a grape Jolly Rancher or anything like
Right,
that. It
like a
it was
Concord grape.
yeah, something like that. More of like a grape juice.
Maybe one of those wine. Right. One of them wine grapes.
Or like a
Uh,
like Welch's.
Welch's. I love Welch's.
Same
Yeah,
here.
it was good stuff, man. You did a really good job on that. I'm looking forward to this next run on everything. Just let people know too. Since I brought up, I know myrcene was one of the major terps in that one too. Mangoes. If you guys want to enhance your high a little bit, uh, maybe you don't like eating mango fresh. I don't either. I like it in salsa. I'm weird, but I don't like eating a mango. But like mango flavoring, I love. They make these dehydrated mango chips. They're not bad. Like once you dehydrate them, they're not bad, and actually they'll help prolong your high.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to maintain that high, or you need a little bit of that heavy sedation, or maybe that little more calming, hit, get some dehydrated mangoes, or go to Main Street Grow Supply and hit up him. He's got terp shots, so he's got actually terpenes. Just it says myrcene on the bottle, but what it is mango juice. So like it just enhances that, prolongs that high a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a big thing that people don't really think about is that terpenes, it's not cannabis specific. It's
No, no.
if you go and you smell a lemon, you're smelling terpenes.
Right,
You're
right.
smell you're smelling lemonade.
And your face is reacting without people knowing it. And that
Hmm.
was my favorite part of bud tending whenever I could do deli style was like sometimes whenever I smell something, I mean, my eyes, were just, I knew I was drawn into the jar. But then after we got the fans, because COVID, we didn't want people putting their face in shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So we took the fan and we would hit them with it. And you could just see their face is just, when people smell something their body's craving or wanting, it's amazing. Their eyes, their face is going to express it. It's the
Right.
first thing. It's their first thing closest to their brain, and it's their eyebrows. You can look, dude. You can, and you'll see people be like, "Oh," or you'll see them be like, "Whoa,"
Mm.
and then you'll have them hard asses be like, "Oh," and I'm like, "You like that?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Yes, you did.
Don't
Yes, you
fucking
did. I
lie.
just seen your eyes lift
Your
up,
initial
dude. You
reaction
don't."
says otherwise.
Yeah, you don't say pumpkin pie. Well, that's a bad example. Some people don't like pumpkin pie, but yeah, I mean, I was like, you're just being tough. So yeah, let's buy this earthy shit that I know you don't like because you went, you shook your fucking head. I seen you shook your head before you bought it, but I told you I didn't like it, so you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
There's a handful of those people out there, man, and those people, there's a lot more better people than them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Gasper, you're smoking on that. Are you smoking in your pipe? Or are you smoking that in your?
And the
Oh
beautiful
yes.
Sherlock.
So do you have that sign with you by chance?
If you give me 5 seconds, I can go up and grab it.
Yeah, do that. I'll go ahead and so that pipe that Show Me Green has right there, it was actually we went to the North Night Out. It was their Blaze, Hollow Blaze, and they had a bunch of vendors out there. Well, this guy has a collection of pipes, and not just your China pipes. Like these are seamless, hand blown pipes. That pipe he particularly had right there. When you look at that under like a blue and red light, it's crazy the way the lines are like moving. It looks like the whole it's a trippy pipe, and it has an oversized hole for the carb, and on the mouthpiece. So like it's a smaller bowl, and the reason why I appreciate that after I think about it is you're getting all the flavors. You know, you can actually get 2 or 3 good burns of a bowl. It's going to be clean. And because of the oversized hole, it's a super float. It's like a super hit. And it's nice. It fits in the hand real nice. It looks bougie as hell. So we want to give a shout out to this dude right here that Show Me Green just ran a marathon and get
All right, it's all
Outlaws. There it is. Sherlock. See right there. It's chillin' spoons, hammers, Sherlocks. This dude throw away the china glass, he says, in the trash.
right here. I
But yep,
cannot agree more. Take and support your local glass blowers, man.
100%,
Like
100%.
they need it. Like they deserve it. They put in a lot of work. They're artists.
They
They're
are, and hold that back up and show me because I just described that pipe and told him about the pipe actually.
oh, the pipe.
Yeah, because I was telling him, see how them waves are. Look at it. It's even trippy on camera. So like that's perfectly small. It's got a smaller bowl, and then it which is full with Gasper.
Yes. I just
And then I
got
also
ready
was
on
telling him
it
about the carb on this side. So
right
he
here.
was telling, look how big that carb
Nice,
is,
nice fat carb.
which
Right.
is going to be nice to get in there and clean when needed. And then there's that hitter in the back. So like,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to this dude for finding good glass, getting it out there to people. Big shout out, Outlaw Glass. So that being said, a lot of different devices. I had a blunt as we were setting up, but I actually have my Randy Louv roof. So this right here is going to be one of the newest things I dig. Not only do you put concentrate in this, whenever we went to another North night out, shout out North at Night, uh, they put a 510 cart in this. So you can put a 510 vape cart in this, and it's such a low hit. It don't clog as much, which is the biggest number one factor. Running a dispo, that's the worst thing about selling carts is people will return them because they burn them up. They use too hot of a battery. I mean there's 100 things that can go wrong. And it's not because the customer's dumb or didn't know what the fuck they were doing. It's because the customer was uneducated
Yep.
when they bought the device. And that is horrible. It's freaking horrible.
Yep.
As a GM or even as a team lead or even a bud tender herself, when you hear this, when they're people are like, I don't want carts because they clog, and you start asking them, how did you smoke it? And they pull out a battery like this. They're like, "Oh, I put a 510 battery on the end of this juice box thing I used back in the 90s, and it fucking didn't work." He said,
Right.
"I got one good hit." Yeah, you burnt the coil up. That atomizer can't handle that stuff. I
Mm.
always told people before, try to buy a half-gram cart. If you buy a half-gram cart, at least that atomizer usually will get all the way through that. That's what's in this thing right here. So this basically, all I gotta do is hold this down, and this is gonna fill up a drink for me.
Chug it.
And then you just basically chug down after it ain't. But yeah, this is like 160. I think J Dog got one of these. So yeah, I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can see it fill up. I'll be responsible, only do a little bit here. But yeah, basically that's in there, and it's a cocktail. One of the smoothest ways I've ever did dab or enjoy. And just so you know, that's not a distillate cart. That's a live rosin cart. And
And
it's
then
worth the
you different.
$60 for the half gram. Oh no, actually I paid 50 actually.
Yeah, but like using it in that, they last a long time.
Oh dude, yeah, that cart's yeah, whenever
A
J Dog
long
got that for me,
time.
yeah, it's not even halfway done right now, dude.
Yeah. Yep. So it's definitely a nice way of consuming.
So another benefit that we wanted to talk about is or a benefit of having a medical card. That's one thing we were going to touch base on here. Like I said, I was kind of going to do more on this, but I didn't. I was really preparing yesterday for the power to be out, and I'm praying it don't go out. That's
Same
super scary. Not only for the plants, like you said, animals, and like me. Luckily, a friend of mine, one of our listeners, brought me a generator, so at least I can stay in the studio here and put a space heater to stay warm because it Show Me Green's double insulated studio here I got now. Hopefully, I don't have to do that though. It's funny because he's like, "Man, if you're trying to do your podcast during the power outage, you might need a bigger generator." I'm like, "Dude, I can't do a podcast with no power. I
yeah.
gotta have internet." And he's like, "Oh yeah," but it was very nice of him to bring it in case I need it. Hopefully, I don't need it, but yeah,
No,
it's
it's good to have
crazy,
somebody
man,
watching your back like that, man.
for real. So as far as like on the med cards, I'm a med card holder.
Hmm.
Show Me Green, are you?
Yep. Yep.
What would you say some of your why does Show Me Green maintain his med card? Would you like to, or is that too confidential?
No, no, I maintain my med card that way because I have my cultivation license through it. So I don't need any kind of trouble coming down on me for cultivation. That way I can take in, post everything that I do and still grow and grow my own flower. That's why I maintain it. I don't use it for going to the dispensary. I haven't been to the
Right.
dispensary in like months.
So one of the benefits, just to educate you on what you just said right there and the audience, a medical cultivation is $50. A recreational is 100.
Hmm.
So that's some research I did too, looking up earlier. Figured I'd throw that out there because I want to know what's the benefit of having the med card. I've had mine for 4 years. Why did Travis have mine for 4 years? Because this industry is a bumpy road. This industry is unexpected. It's dictated by people. 90% of them are not consumers, which I'm going to say I'm not hating on them, but they're not going to understand. They don't understand fully like we understand.
Yeah, they don't have
And
the love for it.
they don't. They don't have the passion, the love, the knowledge, or they maybe haven't went through it because of bad. And that'll fade out in time. That will fade out in time, and I think it's with my generation that it will. To be honest, like me and maybe 5 years older can understand what's going on. Like cannabis isn't this. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, I know people. I work with fabulous, smartest people I've ever worked in my life that don't consume at all during the day and smoke a couple hits at night. Like I respect that too because they know their dosage. You know what I mean? Like they know what's going on. Uh, I personally have my med card for 4 years because if I have to leave this industry, I got to go back to work. So I'm gonna have to get back in the factory life. And yeah, everybody's cool with it. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, you tripped and fell because the concrete had a lift in it and it wasn't painted yellow or some caution. And they're, oh, it's just because you're high. No, I'm not high. I
No.
consume after work.
Yep.
I consume in the evening at home. I use it for medication. I whether everybody thinks it's a funny giggly drug or not, that's depression. That's your boy Travioli, believe it or not. Like that's one thing that cannabis definitely helps me with the most is my anxiety and my depression because it's a shitty world we live in. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up right now, and it's going to be fucked up. But cannabis helps me with that, and I face it one day at a time. So like, I keep my med card for that reason, and I'm gonna say a lot of people will say it's fine when they hire you, but if you get hurt at work, one thing it is protecting you of cannabis is if you have your med card.
Yep.
They look at it that way. Not saying you can smoke on the job. Not saying you can smoke before work. I respect that. I mean, a lot of these jobs you don't want to lose a finger. It does happen. Shit, I do a podcast and I fucking smoked and fucked up 3 times and never hit record. You know what I'm saying? Like we lost through. We did. There's 3 hours out there of our life that it was just personal conversation we had. You know, it was a good talk.
Yeah.
But shit happens is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So, but also possession. I think that's a big thing that's good about medical, because you and I are cultivation and J Dog, uh, with our med card, we're able to possess more cannabis.
Right.
So a rectal patient, not a rectal, a recreational. Well, maybe you can look at it that way, but they can possess up to 3 ounces. And you have to remember, a bag of gummies that's 100 milligrams is equivalent to an eighth of weed. So you have to think about this whenever you get these 1,000 milligram bags of gummies, and then you get a couple ounces and some concentrates, because a gram of concentrate is considered an eighth of weed. And the reason why I say is a recreational can have 3 ounces of weed, and a medical can possess 6. But also, a medical patient can also possess 2 months' supply. So, if you're allowed the 6 ounces, then you can possess up to 12 ounces. Or if you're like me, and I consume a lot of edibles, I'd like to know I'm safe because I am in this industry, you know. So I paid extra for an XL allotment. So I actually get double allotment. So I actually can possess up to 12 ounces on me in 2 months. So that's fucking 24 ounces. So
That's a lot
it's
of
just
flour.
peace of mind. When you're cultivating, though, you know, you never know when you have a really bomb ass grow.
Oh,
You know what
dude.
I mean? It's just peace of mind. It's like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
paying this money to do this, but I would like to stick to the guidelines and be able to
Uh-huh.
still push it as much as I can.
Yeah.
Get as much as I can, because the more I get, the more edibles I can have, the more oil I can have on deck. Amy's looking into making me a topical, man, with her coconut oil.
Is she good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that might be good. That's a little bit of a process, but that'd be good.
it is. So I mean, she starts off. She uses pure coconut oil,
Hmm.
and that's what she infuses. You know. But yeah, just finding the compound. I just can't have a lot of stuff that has a lot of scent, a lot of smell or anything. You know, I'd rather just be kind of that beeswax, but kind of coconut oil texture. I guess is what it is.
Yeah.
Lotions just ain't doing the same for the psoriasis. It ain't. It don't soak in the same.
Yeah, you might think about using also like not coconut, but like shea butter or
So I have tried some different ones of that. Again, it it's so deceiving out there, because if you go out and you buy hemp lotion, you're like, oh, okay, this must be good because it has hemp in it.
yeah.
If you turn that bottle over and you read it, and it says hemp seeds, made from hemp seed oil, there is no benefits to seeds. Seeds have no benefits. If they do, they're very, very minor. They're not going to give you the real hemp effects. So like you want to see hemp on the bottle, but not hemp seed oil. So that's one thing I was told a long time ago. Oh, I forgot to hit my back music. But background music shut off, so I guess we ain't doing that. But yeah, there's a lot of other benefits too. You know, one that I thought is big is custody. In a divorce custody battle, you can't hold up and say, hey, he's a pothead. You know, because there's potheads out there doing things right now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
They're potheads. They're just using it to function normally.
Show me Green's out there building boat docks all day. And houses, all that stuff, and he's fine, you know. But yeah, I mean, it is nice to. It's sad that people would use that against you, because 90% of the time, a couple together consumes together. Not all the time, but in some way, you know what I mean.
Yep.
But then again, on heavier medical aspects, I understand why they wouldn't, and it's not up for me to decide.
Yep.
One thing I want to let everybody know is, one thing that's important is, whenever I was running the shop, I was having a lot of people coming in with some BS, aka bullshit, medical cards. So whenever you're searching to get how to get a medical card. Um, you don't have to go all out there and make it as dramatic as possible. Be real about it. There's so many symptoms that cannabis can help, and if you don't really know, think about it. You know what bothers you the most? Are you not getting sleep? Are you not able to sleep? Are you not eating? Or can you not focus? Believe it or not, can you not focus? That's
That's a big
crazy
one.
to say, but right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look up on DHSS. That's Department of Human or Health and Senior Services.
Mhm.
That is the main. That's who we work. That's who people in the industry actually work through. Is it's the state. That's who manages it. That's who takes care of everything. Um, you can go on there. You can look at the laws. You can go on there. I'm looking at it right now myself because this is this is where you can find out what doctors. I'm real big on if you're in Missouri, 420 ID. That
Yep.
was one that I used a
That one
lot.
there. Yep.
Uh, did you have a particular one you used?
Yeah, 420 ID.
And I liked them because they would send you a hard plastic one.
Yep. Yep. I love that. And it's just super easy to do. It really is. There's nothing complicated at all about getting your medical card. You call the number. You're gonna answer some questions. A doctor is gonna call you on your phone and say, "Okay, well, it sounds like you'd be a good qualifying patient for a medical card."
Right.
And
Having
then,
migraines. I have back pain. You know.
oh yeah, like really, cannabis help. I think it's all finally they're starting to understand that there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to take and be protected medically for using cannabis whenever people that take and drink, they get the exact same thing, but they don't need a card for it. So
Right.
you can detect alcohol in somebody's system, but say they drank the night before, they get hurt on the job site the next day, but they don't have to worry about like getting hemmed up for it, you know. Um, and they realize that cannabis is just less dangerous than alcohol is. It doesn't have the addiction. You can't take and smoke yourself to death. There's
Right.
never been a documented death from THC.
No,
There's
but
been
they try. They try to put that
alcohol,
out there though.
like there's people dying every day from alcohol poisoning. You can't do that with weed,
No.
so that's really the benefits of getting a medical card is it's just to cover your ass whenever you're
100%. And like I said, they're cool with it until it's not okay. Until something happens, and then, then they got to figure out who's to blame on that.
hmm hmm
So we also have a little bit of news to share with everybody. The East of Elvins 310 podcast has been nominated with your help to the Canaverse Awards nomination group. We are getting nominated for. What are we getting nominated for, Joe? Do you know?
uh best new cannabis content creator.
Yep. And
What's the other
Best
one?
New Cannabis Podcast.
Best new cannabis podcast. That's right.
So, Best New Cannabis Podcast and Best New Cannabis Content Creator. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to do that. We deeply appreciate it. Um, Motivation to keep going. Numbers are still going. Responses. I love everybody reaching out. Like we said, we don't care what time it is. We know sometimes you guys work night shift. I used to work night shift. It takes a special person to do that, and usually it takes a set of earbuds. So I understand that that's the time you listen. If that's the time you have to shoot a message, do it. It ain't gonna bother. It's awesome. I appreciate it. I love it. I see more following and subscribing, and I think this award show is gonna be awesome. I told you that my main goal would be to get it nominated for this, man, and it happened, dude.
It did. Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna get nominated. There's gonna be a bunch of great content creators in there, a bunch of good cannabis podcasts. There's a bunch of cool people. Just being part of that group is going to be really cool. And I'm looking, dude. There's some people in there that's in different states. Like this isn't just right here in Missouri.
No, I saw people getting nominated from Detroit, some from California. There was quite a few. There's a lot.
Oregon. I've seen an Oregon. So like this is all across the U.S. So this is big. This is cool. This is extending the network. You know, the
Mhm.
podcast, the cannabis network. Like we're not bashing against others. I think it's great. The bigger we grow, the unison we grow. Uh, like I said, cannabis is a culture.
Yeah.
It's medicine. It's got culture, and it's a thing. I mean, it's a social. I don't even know how to word it. Show me. Building it up. I'm just hype, man. I'm just stoked. Yeah, I can't believe we're nominated. So look forward to what's to happen on that. And we also, if you guys don't mind, the voting will start in February. So if you haven't joined that group by chance, you can go to our social media. It'll be up on that. We will post it after the show as well. But yeah, we shout out to Permanent Farms.
hmm Yep.
You know, they're the ones that actually got a lot of this going. It shows a lot of their brands and everything on there. Go to my social media, check it out. You can see there's like 20 things to vote for. So I'm so fortunate to get two. That is freaking cool.
hmm Yeah, it is. Yep.
Definitely motivating. Also want to give a shout out to one of our listeners, Mariosha. She's been sending some pictures that she captured of us while we were out and about, and I think that's really awesome because it's hard to do whenever you're trying to focus and educate people on what we're trying to do and what we're trying to spread, and what we're about. While people in the background are happy that see us, and then they know when they send this, it's awesome. So,
Yeah.
big shout out to Miss Mariosha. And shout out to our wives, man. Again, like people, our inner circle that support us doing this, our families, our friends, your kids, uh, everybody, our jobs, like allowing us to be able to do this and still get by. It's awesome because it's a wonderful hobby, man. Like telling people why med cards, like to let people know that you can save 4%. You're saving money with a med card. We didn't even talk about that. The one of the biggest things are you save money.
Yep.
You
And
know, 4% tax.
whenever you go into a dispensary, they have a separate side of the line, so you kind of get in there a little bit faster than the rec people in there.
Right.
So
I've
it's just
noticed that a
another
couple dispensaries
one
do
little.
that.
Yep. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of advantages to it, especially now because the med card is good for how many years now?
MedCard is good for 4 years, or is it
4
3? No,
years.
3 years. An agent
3 years.
ID is good for 4 years.
Okay.
So a MedCard's good for 3, which is going to be your cultivation too, and then an agent ID is good for 4 years. So people in the industry, it's nice to have that benefit too.
Mhm. Mhm.
I might have that backwards though. I will fact check that real quick.
Yeah, I think it is 3 years. They don't come with the cultivation option. You have to pay a little bit extra for the cultivation. Pretty sure that's what it was. Sorry, going for more of this
I'm
butterscotch.
pulling just to make sure. Do do do. We do the drum roll. They're good for many years, they say. That's funny. Let's go. That's so funny.
Years.
Let me turn in Missouri. That's a way to cover it for everybody, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty funny.
Again, it routes me to DHSS, so that's good. That see, all right, here we go. Again, searching it, million searches. Look for the DHSS. Go there. Patient, caregiver, and cultivation applications processed after December 8th, 2022, which is in the past, will be approved for 3 years. So yeah, 3 years for a med card, or caregiver or patient. So that's good to know. Yep, and then an agent ID for people in the industry is going to be 4. I would like to see Missouri pass that where they would allow out of state or I mean it's recreational, but or not Missouri, Florida. I wish Florida would pass that where they would take out of state. That would boost their revenue. Not that they need it, but it would definitely would draw people down there.
Mm.
But they won't. You can do it in Mississippi. I know Mississippi you can pay $75. Oklahoma you can pay $100. You
Mhm.
can go there and actually be a medical patient there,
Yeah.
which I don't know their tax breaks and everything.
No, I don't either, but it's nice that they have that option and
Right.
keep it available for people. 'Cause you don't need a problem trying to take and transport like 4 ounces across a state line and you get pulled over
People don't even think about that. And you know another thing that
across
me
the
and old
straight
boy
line.
talked about the other day.
Mm.
These transportation companies that are delivering, like they go and pick up this product, and what happens when they cross? They make a miss an exit and cross over the river.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what's your action then? Hurry up and turn around,
yeah. That U-turn as fast as you can. Otherwise, you're
and
gonna
then
get
then you
straight.
look suspicious as hell. You know they're waiting for people like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly. But yeah, DHSS, that's where I look for all my information as far as med card. But big thing is you'll save money, you'll get in line. Sometimes you have bigger discounts. I've seen like Medical Monday at a lot of dispensaries,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm actually I got some plans from a friend of mine that I'm gonna reach out to a couple dispensaries too. I don't know if I told you to show me green, but I'm gonna see if they're interested in us on Sunday doing a menu rundown
Oh,
of
that'd
our
be cool.
local dispensaries around here, or maybe because most of them are so big now that it ain't just one dispensary; it's more than one.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can get a little bit of something and let 'em, just to let people know what's out there. You know, like explain what's out there, because there's so many products that's behind the shelf that no one really knows about. Like they look at stirrables, and most of them are like, "What the hell do you do with this thing?"
Yeah,
I'm like, "Well,
yeah.
let me tell you about that." Or they look at the biggest things, those syringes, man. The syringes of RSO is easy; it's edible.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start getting these different extractions of distillate, and they're like, "Oh, you can eat it or just vape it," and it's like, I don't think that seems appropriate. But then you look at the percentages, and sometimes it's a lot more effective to be edible than to vape it. But people still do it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know about taking and vaping, like RSO or even distillate. Like I just, I like. I guess I like hash rosin. I like hash.
My mom just lost power down in Fairtown, bro. So storm's getting bad, guys. It's getting worse, but we're in it.
We're gonna
So
survive.
yeah,
We're gonna make it. Shit, man. I got a 5 gallon bucket full of weed, so I'm good.
got salad. Amy, she was prepared because she went and bought a big thing of chicken breast and ended up cooking it all. So it's all. I got a bunch of chicken breasts in the fridge that I can munch on, and
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to this pizza that I got the other day. Dogtown Pizza, St. Louis Dogtown Pizza, bro. That was amazing. I,
Dude, Dogtown is legit. It's good.
it's so good. The cheese, it's the only thing I did different was I cut up an jalapeno and put on there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I almost ate half that pizza. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Dogtown is really good, and there's one at Schnucks called like Draft House, and they got a
Trap
buffalo
House?
draft, not trap, Draft
Oh,
House. And yeah, they got a buffalo chicken one, and they got like a twisted luau pizza. If you like bacon and pineapple and all that kinds of stuff, they got some good stuff. So I
ch-
figured I'd take and go ahead and give them a shout out as well.
hell yeah. Yeah, I brought it up to you. You're like, oh yeah, he. Sorry, I'm copying the link to Joe if you wonder what I'm doing. J Dog is trying to get back in here. I'm gonna see if we can get him in here and see how this works. See, I'm drop it in this link here. Bam, we got a chat. So it looks like we have a chat for this.
Yep,
We
there
people
we
that are
go.
watching, I guess they can watch. I don't know if they're watching live, maybe, or could be. I don't know. J Dog's
I
there.
don't think this is live.
Oh, that's you that's wrote that. Never mind.
Yeah, I wrote that.
Never mind.
Like,
My
yeah.
bad. Too many screens. Too many screens.
We're still getting
So
this
show
figured
me if you
out.
want to go ahead while I'm working on this. You want to show them your grow like you did me.
Yeah, what? Oh, actually, the lights just came on, so I'm just gonna go mobile with my computer here. Just hold on a second.
There you go. I'm gonna try to get this.
So right here we got the Ricky's hash plants. Oh, sorry, gotta figure out how to angle this. They're looking beautiful, giant fan leaves, beautiful color. They're doing great. They're growing really quick. Um, I topped them about a week ago, and now all the side branching is starting to come out. So now I'll be able to get some clones off of them.
Oh, you're gonna clone off of that for your next round?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so far, our the hash plant number 2 is my favorite for the structure and how it's growing. So I'm definitely gonna be focusing on that one. But we'll definitely see once they go into flower.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna
Right
throw on
here.
here on our hashtag at the end too, bro. I'm gonna put that since you got a shot of what you're growing in and do all your work. That's that gorilla tent, huh?
Yep. Yep. And lights are kind of rough, but right here we got a little bit more Voodoo Larry from Aficionado. Seed breeder in California, has really beautiful genetics.
Ooh, look at that chunk.
Yeah, they're really starting to pack on the weight right now. I think they're around day 30. Yeah, around day 30, 32, something like that.
Damn, look at that, man. That's amazing.
So they're all doing really good.
How old? How much more you got to go on those?
Probably about last time they took and they went. It's actually really fast flowering. It went at 58 days last time, but I think I'm gonna push it a little bit longer because every time that this is my 4th time growing this, so all from different offspring, different clones, just
Okay.
keeping it alive. And I've done something different with it every single time to try and see how it's going to react to what I'm doing, just to get to know the plant even better. So this time I'm going to take and let it go a little bit longer, I think.
Oh yeah. So that's dope. That's a deep, cool little man cave. It's, you go into this laboratory. This is like Show Me Green's laboratory here. You go down the basement. He built this room, and it's like he's got it set up perfectly for the stages he needs. It's super clean, easy to clean. He's got where you can wipe the walls down, which is huge. Um, got to keep your grow area clean. It's so
Yep.
easy for gnats and everything, bugs to get out of control. So
Mm-hmm.
many things can go wrong, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's really important, especially in a basement and when it starts getting cold. You really got to keep everything tight, keep all your food sources uh, like contained, because mice, when it gets cold, man, they try to get in.
Yep. And they
So
can eat wires. They like something that I didn't know that was crazy. A friend of mine told me that is whenever a car is getting made, when they wire them, they run it through an oil, like a vegetable oil.
mm,
Well, mice, well, yeah, that's why mice bite into wires because they can get that vegetable oil scent. That's
yeah,
crazy to me.
yeah, yeah. So like you were saying, man, just make sure you're keeping your shit tight and clean, and you're gonna have a good grow. And cleaning out your tent after every run, that's important too.
Yeah.
Wiping down your lights, just general hygiene, you know.
Right, right. Fan blades because they're gathering pollen and shit. Or not
Yeah,
pollen, but you know they're gathering shit.
I
But you
mean,
don't. I hope they're not gathering pollen.
well, unless you intended for
Yeah,
that.
unless you're intended for it.
But yeah,
Well,
you try to keep in mind that you're gonna be the main one smoking this. So if you're letting a dirty grow environment, they can get stuck to all your trichromes. You're smoking it. Guess where it's going, man? Going
yep.
right down into your lungs.
With that being said, we are coming up on our time. Show me green. This was a good episode. This was fun. It looks. I look forward to using Riverside. This was pretty dope. So
Yeah, it was really easy
it
how this
was
all
very
played
easy.
out, man.
That being said, we stay flossing out here on Davis Crossing, and stay safe, stay warm, check on those elders. Please vote in February. Follow, subscribe. East of Elvins, 310 Podcast. Show me green. Your boy Trav Young. There we go.
And there it is. And it's uploading.
You can see.